Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday.
I was almost going to joke and say it's Thursday, but it is Tuesday because we are doing some special editions of the Night Bite as we creep closer to ice fishing and expo season. And certainly, I'm pointing in the wrong corner. Oh, I'm still pointing in the wrong corner. As we get over and closer to the Wisconsin Ice Fishing Expo. So December seems far away at this point, but it is not. And the funny thing is, I think their Facebook page, they were advertising that you can get tickets in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is a really cool thing that actually I'm excited to take advantage of. But before that, we're here to talk fishing. So
Yep.
normally we start with a fishing report. And the funny thing is, we actually didn't go fishing this past weekend.
We did not.
I totally forgot that until this moment.
We went camping with your parents, but you took a nice walk. You were checking out the river. What was the river like?
Okay, that's actually an interesting question because this is what river is that?
That's the Eau Claire River.
So people come and fish this all the time and bank fishing all these different spots, rivers or eddies, I don't know, all these different river spots, and I never seen anybody catch anything there. And so I imagine with the number of fishermen, it's either like a beautiful, easy to get to spot that people just try all the time, or maybe they're actually catching things and I'm not there to see it. I don't know. But the thing is, I guess I haven't seen very much fish or bait or bugs, any of that myself. But it's still fun to try. And we did get to go hiking a little bit and do some camping. And so that was a really fun weekend. But the other thing, because technically we had a little bit of time, but we don't often have to wrestle with our boat, but that happened to us this past weekend. And so that is what you were up to. So tell us about that.
Yeah, it was just a little hiccup. Everybody kind of goes through it, and especially as boat owners, we expect to have to go through it more often than not. And we just had a tilt trim relay go, so it's just a part that you have to change every once in a while that allows your up and down switch to move the motor up and down. If you have electronic trim.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I had the motor all tore apart and got that put together, and yeah, that was interesting. Had to modify a brand new part. I hate doing that, but had to do it. So,
well, and ultimately we talk all the time about, upkeep and maintenance and things like that to prevent issues, but there's just some things that are going to happen. And the funny thing is we were we weren't even on the lake. Actually, I was going to say we were on the lake when we figured this out. We had just pulled our boat and it wouldn't trim back down. And so that's something that, it just happens. And so we couldn't really expect that. And, I don't know. We've done our maintenance and stuff, so who knows? But it is ready to go for this coming weekend, and we have fishing on our list. So I know that the fall bite is picking up. The weather has been a little bit consistent. I guess now we're back in a cold front, though. Maybe this is just what fall fishing is. I don't know. But we're looking forward to getting back on the water, getting on the bite. This is the time of the year where we're really looking forward to ice fishing, mapping out our spots and pre-planning.
Yeah. Well, and I've been outside, at work, and just a little bit of, if you guys are coming up towards our area, the north central, northeast Wisconsin way, and you're looking to fish rivers, they're going to be low. I went out and I was water sampling today and everything was, extremely low. So, just plan on taking your time if you're cruising up and down the river so you don't bump into any snags too bad. A lot of time that's unavoidable, but just try to take it slow and focus on some of those deeper areas. I think the water temp is coming down. The water's getting a little bit colder on the rivers, and I'm sure our lakes are going to be in that low 60s somewhere, I'm guessing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, and ultimately the temperatures are going in the right direction for ice season. So it's a little ways off, but I'm optimistic when I can be right. And while we're thinking about ice season, that's exactly, I think, what our guest is thinking here tonight too. Definitely ice. So I think we have Sam here from Ice Hole Power. Yeah, thanks so much for being here with us this evening.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
So we are so excited to see you at the Wisconsin Ice Fishing Expo. But for people who maybe have not met you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and Ice Hole Power?
So I'm Sam. I run ISO Power. If you know anything about ISO Power, you might know who Jeremy is. He was the old owner of ISO Power. I don't own it. I just run it. So I'm the guy. If you email our support, give us a call. I'll be answering the phones, answering the emails, making sure your packages are getting out there, doing all your warranty work, fixing your boxes. And you'll also see me out at the shows. So that's who I am.
That's really cool. And you've been certainly an ice fisherman and kind of involved with Ice Hole Power. So that's a really fun connection that you get to have.
Yeah, it's, like I was telling you guys before, like I put my time in in the manual labor world, along with a stint in, working full time for the Army National Guard here in Nebraska. But this is an absolute dream job for me. There's days where there might not be anything going on and I'm grabbing my stuff and I'm going fishing. So yeah, it's really fun.
And so when I think Ice Hole Power, honestly, I think of the expos. That's where I tend to run into you guys. But I'm thinking back to maybe your original product, right? And that's where maybe the power comes from, is the power box. Is that
Yep.
where that connection is?
Yeah. So, we build basically power supply units, power boxes for the outdoorsman, not just ice fishing. Like I tell people when they're going to buy it, like I have two of them sitting next to my recliner and we're constantly swapping the iPhone cord, between me and my wife, or, one of our kids is like, hey, where's that power box? Like it's always, I have 3 or 4 of them in the house at all times and they get legs and run away and then you got to go look for them. So it's not just an ice fishing product, it's an everyday product. Some emergency backup stuff. We also did do like a power generator, which was our other company, our sister company called Powerbox Supply. We have those on our website under overlanding and camping. And those are going to be like, your bigger units, 800 watt with inverters for, 120, plugging in your computer, stuff like that. And then we have like a 2000 watt and a 2400 watt. And both of those units have 30 amp plugs on them. So you could run, like a small camper or something.
Cool.
That is actually very cool. And I don't mean to be so surprised. I should have done my research better and looked at your website more thoroughly. But to be honest, I am a victim of, I thought I knew you. This is a good thing because you are offering way, way more these days than what I knew at the expos. And that is what brings people out. That is so super cool. So for people who are maybe stuck in the mindset like me, one of the things that I'm hearing is that, like, if you're an ice fisherman, like, you do still sell like the power boxes in this case.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that unit that we know in, what do you call it, like an ammo can type box, where
Yeah,
usually
that's
there's
all
like
it is. Yep.
Yeah. And so you can customize it in a million different ways. And I'm sure we'll talk about that in a minute. But what you're saying is that this little portable box also comes in other sizes, also probably portable, but like for the application, like you're saying, this camping trip that my family went on this past weekend, they did have trailers and campers, and there were sites that didn't have power hookups. And so if you had things that you needed to plug in along the way, you were saying a computer, my mom actually ran a crock pot and made some chili.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I wonder if that would have worked. And that's a super
crock
cool
pot, blow dryers, those crimpers or whatever you guys use.
And that's such a cool thing because, with ice fishing, we always talk about, that's a product that needs to be like durable, like user friendly. Like ice fishing is going to put all of your gear through the ringer. Like it's going to be used and rough. And so when you can have a product that will run well and used for other things, man, that's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess while we're on the topic of these boxes, if people have not seen them, we can tell that they are providing power, but to what?
Anything, for like our big boxes or our small boxes, because like there's a big difference and pretty substantial price margin like between the two, right? To where like ice hole power stuff is going to be the little 45 cal and 50 cal ammo boxes that, you know, can power your GoPros, your cameras, your shack lights. It can be a backup for your electronics if, you know, that goes down and you forget to charge it overnight. Stuff like that, to where our bigger ones are going to be more of like, they're going to replace the noisy generators,
Yeah.
you know. And we also sell solar panels, and they do have an MPPT solar controller in them. So if they get completely dead, the 2400 watt system can full charge in about an hour and a half on a 300 watt panel. So
Wow.
it's just it's a, you know, a peace of mind to have like that backup. And, you know, because gas is getting expensive, you know, so.
Well, and I like to think about some of these people who, I don't know, maybe you're ice camping and then you all of a sudden have like a solar panel or something. I guess
Right.
maybe that's better for like a hard house or something, maybe not on your
Yeah,
portable. That's
no.
but these people that really like to go out there for full weekends or far off the grid, I mean, that's a really cool option.
Yeah, and they're going to be considerably heavier as well because they're a lot bigger battery. They also have a lot more components in them. So they're going to be you're not going to walk out with it on the ice,
Sure.
you know? So if you're not driving out or doing something like that, it's, you know, you take one of our small boxes.
Okay, so when you come to the expo, are you going to have some of these camping units, or are you only bringing?
Yeah,
ice
I'll
gear?
have a few of the weekender ones. It's a 800 watt system. I'll have a few of those. I took them last year to the shows that we went to, and we sold a few, but we didn't sell a lot, and they take up a lot of room. And so, like, you know, how many do we bring, you know, to try to sell? But like, it's kind of a hard push for some of these ice fishermen because they don't really understand, you know, what this product could do for them yet. But it's hopefully getting traction. But
Absolutely. And I imagine that you will have some of the ice fishing power boxes with you.
100%. Yep. We'll have all of our, you know, our small one, our IHP box. We'll have our deluxe box. We'll have some DIY kits. And then we'll also have our bad mofos with the speakers and the Bluetooth and all that, which are actually on a ridiculous sale right now. I think you can get the bad mofo with two 15 amp hour batteries and a charger for $320 or something like that. So
That's actually really cool. And I have to be honest, on my other screen here, Josh has it pulled up. And it is cool, the different options that you have for the power boxes. So if you're an angler that's looking for something very, very souped up with all of these little options and stuff, you can get that. If you want something very basic that's just going to give power, you can get that. But the other thing that I heard you mention is that there are also DIY kits. So tell us more about that.
yeah, so that's kind of, I mean, I feel like we sell a lot more DIY kits. First off, they're great presents. You know, like Christmas is coming up, you can get, you know, a good deal at the show on a DIY. Give it to your kid, or like, you know, the husband who has a son that wants something to do. You know, they're great for that. But they're also, you know, they're going to be a little bit cheaper than our pre-made boxes. So if somebody knows wiring and everything, you know, they might go that way. But we also have, like, on our YouTube channel, a super precise, like, great video on how to build these boxes step by step, how we do it. So, and all the wiring is going to be pre-cut and ready to go. So it's a pretty good, we've had those DIY kits for a really long time, but yeah,
That's
they're
a
good.
really cool idea, in my opinion, just mostly because, you know, I think when I think ice fishing, I think like, you know, innovation and garage creators and people that like to tinker with stuff. And the fact that a company allows people to take the product that they're selling and put it together themselves and in doing that, not only is your customer becoming intimate with your product and how it's put together, but they can also add maybe something that they have sitting at home that they're like, oh, this is like a super custom thing and they aren't going to have it and I really want it in my box. And now they can put it in there along with your instructions and still like have a working unit, just like it, as long as they follow the instructions, it'll be just like it is from the factory.
Yeah. Yep. And
so that's super cool.
Like on our, if you bought the whole deluxe DIY, it's going to come with everything's pre-drilled, or you can just get all the components in a component kit that we do for those and, put stuff in different places and we have them. And we also sell like all of our switches, all of our USB ports, all of our, 3-hole panels, everything like that is on our website. And if you went into Amazon and tried to like put all that same stuff in your cart, it would actually be more expensive than what we're selling it for. So
wow,
that's actually crazy. Oh, I imagine it's just because you're like putting together kits and all this, you can do wholesale or something. But to be able to pass that on to the consumer,
that's super cool.
You should almost advertise that more because people don't know, and that is like a super good deal. That's
I tell people all the time. So
oh my gosh. But one of the other things that I really like about something like the DIY kit is that, let's say that you or your family, you or your child or whoever, you and your buddy are making them together. You can do like little details. I don't know, paint around the light switch. One of them's blue, one of them's orange or something, And so when you order it from the company, sure, you can go back and personalize and whatever. But when you're actually creating it in this step-by-step process, that's one of those ways that you can really be super involved. And that is something to be excited about.
Hey, Jeff.
Have you DIY'd your own box or you just use one of the pre-made ones?
Oh, yeah. Pre-made ones. I'm not the brains behind anything. Like I'm an idea guy, but I'm not like go get it wired. Like we have guys for that.
Yeah. I'm like, Josh could do the wiring, but I'm like, if I followed a YouTube video and I had the right tools, like I probably could, but I not without it. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. As far as the power boxes, while we're talking about them, can we mention a few of the cool details in them? So it is the actual box, it is the actual battery. What kind of battery is in it?
So it depends. You can put whatever battery you want into it. If you have a couple of old Vexilar batteries laying around, you can throw those in. We sell amped outdoors. We feel they're the best quality, customer service, and warranty on the market. So we use all amped batteries in our boxes, but you don't have to use them. If you have an Amazon battery laying around, you can throw it in. So as long as it has the flag terminals, kind of like the amp batteries have on top, that's how we wire them. So you can use any battery you want as long as it fits in that box. Or if you have one of your own boxes, with maybe a bigger battery, you can put that in there.
Cool. And I see that you do sell batteries and the chargers to go along with them. So that is like, if you're looking to put together a gift, that's a perfect place to assemble it all there.
Yep.
But we were also talking about, so details of the power box, the battery, the box itself. What else? Can you name a few other details on the power box?
Yeah. So like if you go for our deluxe one, that's kind of our flagship box. You're going to have 2 binding posts. Or two sets of binding posts. You're going to have a USB, a voltmeter, and a 12-volt socket. Yep, that one right there. You're also going to have 2 lights on it, and then our glow cup. And then the SAE port on the side.
That is awesome. The glow cup is honestly a really great touch. Some days I find it makes all the difference and some days it doesn't, but to have it right there and easy is always better than having to dig out like your little flashlight or your cell phone trying to glow something up or like, oh my gosh, drop it down the hole, like the ice hole.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And it's it's like one of those things where, I mean, all of the ice jigs now have some sort of glow to them, right? Mm-hmm. So having that with you, it's, It's right there. You're never going to lose it because you're not going to lose that box. So,
Yeah. We have a question from Ryan asking, how big of a battery can you run? And at the risk of a bad answer, like as big of a battery as fits inside the case, right?
yeah, basically. So, since we run amped, that deluxe box is going to be wired for 2 batteries. So you can fit anywhere from their old 7.5 or their 8 all the way up to 2 30 amp hour wide batteries.
Oh, wow.
So I think if you scroll down a little bit, the inside dimensions should be in there somewhere. Right around, yep. So the dimensions. So that is what you're going to have for space on the inside. Now, keep in mind that not all battery terminals are going to be the same. It might be a post. It might be something else that I haven't seen. I don't know. But, you know, that's as simple as cutting the old terminals off and putting new ones on to accommodate your new battery.
Yeah. But ultimately, however you want to customize it or use it, you know, that is something that is up to you. And if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to customize so much, then the nice thing is you have kind of those tips on there of what to use and what will fit. So no matter how you're looking to set it up, that is going to be possible.
Yep. And if anybody ever has any questions or concerns or, you know, anything like that, our phone number is on our website. You can give us a call. I work Monday through Friday. So I'm always here when I'm not fishing. But then it goes to my phone, so I can still answer the phone.
Depends on if you have service, right? How far away is the lake?
Right. Well, the nice thing about where we're at is I can drive 30 minutes and probably hit 30 lakes.
Yeah.
So I see Sullivan Tip Down. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. The rain. So they do hold up into the rain. So we call them kind of a semi-waterproof box. Now, you know, we're drilling holes in it. We're putting components in it. Those components have holes. So don't fully submerge your box in water. But rain, you know, no problem.
Will it jump start his truck?
So a funny thing is, I heard from a guy, I think last year when I was at the Sioux Falls show, he said he used our box to jumpstart his 4-wheeler.
Oh, wow.
Now, you can totally do that. You can jumpstart your car on a Milwaukee battery, right? But you might damage the internals of the battery. You might damage the BMS. So we don't suggest doing that. But if it's like a last hope for you, you're probably going to do it. So
we also have a comment. It would be cool if you could put a puck on it and hang it on the shack wall. Oh yeah. And honestly, that's the thing is you can customize these any ways that you want. So if you want to buy like the pre-made one or the kit, either way, you can customize any of those models to do what you want it to do.
Yeah. So if you go up to our homepage and then click on Glow Cups. Yep. And then scroll down a little bit to the run and gun. So this one is built to go on DeWalt Milwaukee batteries, and we do have a section for it right there for the clam puck.
Oh my gosh, oh, that's funny.
So Ryan, go check us out. If you have Milwaukee or DeWalt batteries, let us know.
That is cool.
Yep.
Cool.
So we already thought about that.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep, right there.
Mark, you're asking if it's water resistant, and I think we were just talking about in the rain, like you don't want to dunk it in water or anything, but it should be pretty good to go. You know, if you're in a situation where it's like getting snowed on and stuff like that, I mean, it's built for the conditions. You just don't want to like soak it and get water in it.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, what battery do you have? Like, do you run Milwaukee or DeWalt? So then I can make sure to bring one and hold one for him.
Nice. I'm sure that he is going to be getting back to you, so we'll wait and see what that answer is. But it is really fun. Oh, he's got a Milwaukee 18.
Got you.
Perfect. Cool. You have all kinds of things on this website, more than I guess I even knew. I guess one of the things I'm having kind of a scroll moment. What does it mean, 3D printed goodies? What do you got in there?
So that's going to be like all of our stuff that we 3D print. So we also make, like down there to the right, the blue box extender, and that's really neat because that Gens box is only able to fit the smaller style Vex batteries. Well, that you can fit in a like an old 20 amp hour battery, or a 30, I think.
That's actually
You
really
might have
cool.
to take the glow cup piece out, but you can fit a bigger battery in there.
Oh, I really like, go back one picture, and it has the glow piece in that, because I feel like we're always cleaning up at night, and that's a really great way to make sure that you're not leaving your gear behind. I have not yet left stuff at the launch, and hopefully that won't happen, right? But I'm bringing that up because you hear about that all the time on fishing pages on Facebook. People were losing or, left their things behind. They were cleaning up in the dark or in the rush, or something happened. And when you have your gear so visible like that, that is something that's really helpful. Or I'm imagining like guides, when they have a bunch of clients and a bunch of gear, keeping track of all of it, when you can just glance across the ice and know that things are picked up. That is super cool. But then also the functionality of the piece. I'm going to be honest, I did not know that blue box came apart like that. Because we have with the red bag, and then you can like zip it closed. That's the one that I have.
The one that comes with the Vex.
Yeah, right. But I think that's a really cool idea to be able to extend it like that.
Yeah. So with that extender, the red bag doesn't fit on there just because it's
that's
like an inch and a half, 2 inches, longer. So
cool. There was one more thing though. I just worth mentioning. What do you call the little arm? The transducer arm. Yeah, I don't know.
The deucer arm.
Simple thing, but I feel like people are always looking for that. And if you have gear that you're trying to customize, maybe it's not even your power box. Maybe you are making a hole hopper box. And I've actually been thinking about putting a transducer arm on my hole hopper bucket, and that's why I'm bringing this up. It's not a place that people normally put them, but no matter what you are trying to customize, all these pieces are available here, and that's fun. Now you can move on. Sorry, just a little thing. I just like that. It's sometimes hard to find transducer arms.
Well, now we got people's creative juices flowing. Ryan's now asking if it'd be possible to make a 3D printed rattle reel, and I'll tell you right now, Ryan, it is completely possible to make a 3D printed rattle reel. I may or may not be working on that.
It totally would. The only thing that I would say is, most of those rattle reels are injection molded, and going to be considerably more durable. Because every time I have a rattle reel, like I'm always going to drop it and step on it and do stuff like that. And another thing, like where we're at in Nebraska, we don't fish with a lot of rattle reels. So I don't know. I might look into it, but you totally could. It's just, I don't know how many we'd sell.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely
fair. Are you almost going to click on new products?
I'm going to. Did it.
Yep.
So it looks like we've maybe touched on one or two of the new things. That's super fun, but there's still a few things here that we have not talked about. Where do we start?
I say start with the one that dropped today, the shuttle. So
brand new.
Yeah, pretty excited about this. We've been working, probably the last 3 or 4 months trying to source all the product to build this, and start printing everything out to get it to market before the shows started, so that we could get some traction on people and get it in their head that, hey, they can get these at the show for, you know, a little, for our show discount. So, but it's, I fished with one last year and I really like it. It's going to be a little bit lighter. It's made out of almost like 1/2 inch thick HDPE. And then we also printed everything in 0.8, which is going to be a thicker print. And so it's pretty beefy. And it's going to give you a pretty, like a couple of different options. I don't know if you can see, here's the battery holder, right? And so this holder can fit, there's a little inlay in here. So you can put the smaller batteries, the smaller Vexilar style batteries in here, along with the 32s, the 30s, the bigger, you know, the bigger batteries. Like I have one right here with the new 32 in it. So, and it's just a Velcro strap. It's pretty minimalist, which is what I like, because I don't like taking a lot of stuff out onto the ice with me, just because it sucks taking it back. So it can also hold the ProView ice deucer, the 19 degree and the 12. So there's a little inside there, you can kind of see it's recessed a little bit. So you have a couple of different options on the deucers. And then on the, let me put this back. And then on the, what I would call like the graph mount or the head unit mount, you know, you have a bunch of different holes in there. Let me try to, yep. You have a bunch of different holes in there that you can, you know, mount like your Helix to, or maybe a Markham and all that stuff. So,
well, and just staying with the mounting theme, I see that you guys thought ahead a little bit and you added a bunch of holes on the side arms.
yeah.
And you use that partially to mount the cup, but I imagine that there's, you know, some thought behind it for making additions later down the road.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. We're probably going to do, you know, like rod holders and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Our end goal, I mean, not really our end goal, but our goal would be to make one for forward-facing sonar. Cool. So I do have, I think I got an email that the new Lowrance Eagle Eye is going to be on my doorstep, I think Thursday. So I'm really hoping that one fits on here. I talked to, this is kind of funny because I actually messaged Lowrance's tech department and I was asking them about the transducer, and they said this is only for like transamount and trolling motors. And I said, well, then say that on your website. You know, there's nothing on their website that says it's only for these two things. Or maybe I missed it because I got too excited about this new unit coming out. But like, I think we're going to come up with something to mount it to a pole and get a forward-facing sonar, maybe an XL version that, you know, in between these two things, you're going to have your black box or your, you know, your active target box and stuff like that. So it's in the works. You know, it's all just sourcing parts, and R&D stuff is probably the longest, you know, so, but we'll get there.
Yeah,
absolutely. You guys have so much stuff coming out, to be honest, that I have every bit of confidence that we'll see some.
Yeah. Yeah. If you go back to our news section, Kenya.
Yep.
Right next to that ice shuttle is a battery mount. So we're trying to get into kayak stuff. And this battery mount, I know it's not ice fishing, but I'm a big open water kayak fisherman. Like that's what I do in the summer. And this mount, if you have a Hobie PA, we also have another one coming out. But you can mount if you have forward facing sonar, you can mount your black box or your yak power to one side and then fit a tall battery up in there and still be able to use the inserted tub without it interfering with it. So
That's really cool.
And
That
it's
is actually.
decently priced compared to, our competitors.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a lot of crossover in kayaks and ice fishing, so maybe that's an unfair assumption.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think, excuse me, they're both ways that let people really get out onto the ice or the water, and to really kind of explore like that. Kayaks are places that boats can't always get to, but in ice we can kind of get to those places. So to be so portable like that, that is super exciting. Awesome. Also, something for open water and ice. So no matter what season your brain is stuck in right now,
Yeah.
there's something for that. That's actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, and so you were talking about your YouTube has a bunch of videos, so that's linked here on the website. So if you got a do-it-yourself kit, or if you just need some inspiration for yourself at home, like that's probably a really good resource to try. Tools and supplies, all of your buttons. So all of the stuff is here. It's really a pretty comprehensive website. Easy to use.
Yeah. And I'm always behind the phone. So if you have any questions, just give me a call.
That is awesome. So as far as products and things, is there anything that we missed, or should we look forward to seeing them at the expos?
So at the expos, I'm going to be giving away at each show the first 5 customers that purchase like one of our magnums or our glow and goes will get a free like little kind of battery pack to charge these because they're USB-C powered. And so
That's cool.
You'll get a free one of these. And yeah, but you have to purchase one of these. You'll still get the discount too.
Cool.
Can't give these away.
Well, I mean, that's the point of the expos. You can't give any of it away.
Right. Yep. But I actually really like these because, guys Laker fishing or, trying to fish for big pike and stuff like that. These just wouldn't do for some of those big tubes or big baits that those guys use. So we made this one, and basically all it is Schedule 30 PVC. We printed this stuff, put the 5-volt light strip in it, and put a USB-C board inside. So it glows pretty good. You can also that won't fit, but a beer can will fit in there.
That's awesome.
You know what that makes me think of?
No, I don't.
Those burbot fishermen on Winnebago.
Oh yeah.
They love glow cups, and that would be something that you could carry around with you with like you said, the little USB pack, and be able to run around and chase burbot pretty easily. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can throw this in your even this one you can throw in your pocket, or like what I tell people is like you can put some 3M double-sided sticky Velcro on it and just like attach it to this or attach it to like your rod box or something.
To your suit. No, but on your shuttle, I think that's a great idea. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So I know that people are going to be looking forward to seeing you at expos. I was gonna ask, man, is there a shipping deadline for Christmas? Because I was gonna say I'm already thinking Christmas. Like some of this might be on my Christmas list, but it might be too early to ask about that.
Yeah, no. So I wish I could take you back into our warehouse and like show you how much product we have, but everything is in stock and ready to ship. We ship, usually we say 3 to 5 business days, depending on when you place the order. If you place the order on a Friday at 7:00 at night, it's not going to ship out till Monday. So 3 to 5 business days, everything's in stock, ready to ship, ready to go.
That's awesome.
That is cool. But if people do want to walk away with the products, are you in stores or just at expos?
We are not in any stores, just basically expos. It's kind of hard to sell a product like ours without having professional packaging done, and getting professional packaging done on a box and not being able to like open it up and look at it and do stuff like that is pretty tough. So
Yeah.
it's kind of why we're not in stores. But
That's okay. The demand is there,
Yep.
and that's why the expos exist. Chuck is asking that you do your next live from the warehouse, and actually, I'm in for that idea.
well, Chuck can come over here and he can get a tour of the warehouse. So can you guys.
Oh my gosh, that is so fun. Cool. So in our time together, we have talked all about all kinds of things, ice and even some open water. So lots of cool stuff there for people to check out. Can you remind us what are the expos that you're going to be at?
So we'll be at the Ice Institute in Sioux Falls. We'll be at St. Paul. We will be at Duluth Ice Show or Winter Show or whatever they call it up there. And then the Wisconsin Ice Expo. Yep, right.
Yeah, now that I can't figure out which
I don't
way.
know which way.
Oh my gosh, that'll be so awesome. And the best thing about being there is that you get to actually have that table or the whole booth in front of you, and you get to look at these products because we are here on this podcast. We do our best to, display and show and talk about all these cool things. And definitely go to the website to check it out. But just nothing beats seeing these things in person.
Yeah.
And especially when we talk about glow cups, because when you can see them glow in person, that makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, and one of the other cool things is that you not only have, Ice Hole Power there. If you're looking for a power box, you're able to go and look at the box, but then we'll also have Amped Outdoors there. And so you can kind of like bring your box over, physically put batteries in it, just see what fits in there, what you like. You can even ask yourself or, your people representing there, or you can ask Matt, like, everything is going to be right there for you, and that's why expos are so good for this kind of stuff.
Yep, and we'll also have all the batteries that we sell online. We'll have at the shows,
awesome,
just to put in the boxes that people sell, or that we sell that people buy. So,
oh, that's awesome.
That is super awesome. Cool. Well, I cannot wait for that. And I appreciate you being here with us tonight to talk about all of this awesome stuff.
I want to say, I think the last time we
yeah.
were on with you guys was like 2019 or 2020 at Sioux Falls.
Yeah, I think so.
And scrolling back through all the videos, I think that was one of the most watched videos you guys have.
It's only because of her.
It's because you guys have a cool product. It has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
But that is really cool. I should go and look that up. That's a really awesome connection, actually.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
It was, but I feel like I remember that because, this is a totally random story. I think one of our other most watched videos is actually who I wish I'm not, they have, now I can't think of it. There are these people and they have these really cool things that you can put on your ice machine. And it makes like a tent that comes over. Oh, but I think they put it on their website. And so that video is, but I have to look up who they are because I should shout out to them because that's super awesome. But funny because I think it was the same expo. That's the connection that I was looking for. That's where that.
There you go. Bring it around.
Yeah. So that must have been a really great year and a really great expo. So I guess that's why people go to them. That's why I look forward to them.
Yep. I always end up like not being at the booth because I'm going around spending way too much money.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Awesome.
So everything we talked about tonight, if people can't make it to one of those 4 expos, they can get any of this stuff on the website. Like tonight, like we posted the website already up. People were already asking. So
Perfect.
Don't forget, I'm going to do you guys a 5% code. It'll just be Crappy Junction.
One word?
Yep. At checkout. So
what did I just do there?
Technology, it's tough.
Yeah.
I'm not a computer guy. It took me an hour and a half to get on this whole thing. I'm lying.
You did good, and we never would have known if you didn't tell us. Oh my gosh. Well, we have the website, and actually we have the code both going into the comment section here. So no matter where people are joining us from, they should be able to get that information. And thank you again so much for being here and offering that.
Yep, there you go.
Perfect.
Perfect. And to the people at home, thank you guys so much for being here as well, because that is always a big part of the fun. And Sam, we look forward to seeing you at the expo.
I
And
know. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see everyone from home there as well. Bye.